The Standalone Collection. Written by Mike Ryan. Narrated by Brian Hutchison, Adam Verner, and Charles Hubbell. A Dangerous Man. Written by Mike Ryan. Narrated by Brian Hutchison. Chapter 1. Casey had just taken the hot dogs out of the microwave and put them on a plate. Timmy preferred eating them off the plate instead of on bread or a roll, so Casey cut them up and put ketchup and mustard on the side for Timmy to dip them into. "Make sure Buster doesn't jump up and get any," Casey said. "I won't, Dad," the 6-year-old replied. "That means no feeding him either," Casey said, nudging Timmy's nose. "He's starting to put on a few extra pounds." "But he looks hungry." "Timmy?" "Okay, I won't," Timmy replied, dejected. "Dad?" "Yeah." "When's Mommy coming home?" "She'll be home in a couple hours. She just had to get a few things for Alyssa." "Okay." They sat down at the table and started eating. As Casey bit into his hot dog, roll and all, something didn't seem right. Usually Buster was nestled between him and Timmy, sitting patiently waiting for scraps. They were usually the ones who fed him the leftovers. But for the first time that Casey could ever remember, the dog wasn't there at the dinner table. "Where'd Buster go?" Casey asked. Timmy shrugged. "I don't know." Something was tugging at Casey, telling him there was a problem. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was just his paranoia playing around with him. But for the past few weeks, he'd been getting that feeling that he was being watched or followed. He figured it was just a byproduct of his situation. He imagined everyone that was in the program had experienced that feeling before, fearing that they'd been discovered somehow. Not wanting to take chances, Casey decided to check where their dog had gone. Though he always loved dogs, getting a German Shepherd was partly because he knew it was a good family pet, but also because he knew how protective they were of their family. And if there was anything he wanted, it was a smart dog that could alert him of potential problems. "You stay here and finish your dinner," Casey said. "I'm going to see where Buster is. I'll be back in a second." "Okay, Dad." Casey rubbed the top of his son's head as he excused himself. He walked out of the kitchen and into the living room, breathing a sigh of relief as he saw Buster up on the couch, looking out the window. His tail briefly wagged, but not as much as it would if Kate and Alyssa had pulled into the driveway, or if they were approaching the door. Casey went over to the window, petting Buster on the back as he peered out the window to see what the dog was looking at. Every time Buster went to the door or looked out the window, Casey's heart skipped a beat, wondering if this was the day someone finally found him. "Come on, boy," Casey said, getting the dog off the couch. With the edges of his fingers still on the curtains.
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"